Okay, so this is find and use slopes of lines. Lesson 3-4. Slopes of lines in the coordinate plane. Here's your x and y axis. A negative slope falls from left to right. You read graphs as if you're reading a book. When you read a book, you go from left to right. When you're reading a graph, you go from left to right. So a negative slope will always fall from left to right. A positive slope rises from left to right, so it rises. Zero slope is a horizontal line. Its slope is 0. It exists, it's just 0. It's a horizontal line passing through the y-axis. Undefined slope is a vertical line. That one has no slope. It's just a vertical line passing through the x-axis. Slope of parallel line postulate. In a coordinate plane, you have two non-vertical lines are parallel if and only if they have the same slope. Now we know all vertical lines are parallel, but two non-vertical lines are parallel if and only if they have the same slope. They go in the same direction, they'll never touch, they'll never intersect. They have the same slope. Slopes of perpendicular lines. This one, you have two non-vertical lines. They're perpendicular if and only if the product of their slope is -1. That is, if you have a slope of 3/4 and a slope of -4/3, they multiply to give you -1. They're negative reciprocals of each other. Their lines will always form 90-degree angles. You're going to write and graph equations of a line. This is lesson 3-5. Slope-intercept form. This is the one that you're familiar with. Y equals mx plus b. The slope is rise over run. It's taking your y's and subtracting them, and notice there's a fraction bar, and then it subtracts your x. It's the vertical change over the horizontal run. B is known as your y-intercept. It's a number, but it's actually a coordinate that we use 0 and a number. It's intercepting the y-axis. Standard form. Standard form uses ax plus by equals c. Now when it's in this form, the number that is next to the x, adjacent to the x, is not a negative or a fraction. So we may have to manipulate it to change it to be in a standard form. The best thing to use with standard form is the x and y intercept. This is great for graphing. The x-intercept, just like the y-intercept, the x has a number, but the y is 0. That means it's only intersecting the x-axis. It's on the x-axis. And then the y-intercept is with the 0 with the x, and again, the number with the y. You would substitute 0 in for a if you're finding the y-intercept and solve for y. If you were finding the x-intercept, you would substitute 0 in for y to find the x answer, the x-intercept.